Always vigilant. That could be the motto for the security department at the Life Plan community of Cypress Cove in Fort Myers, Florida. In addition to the caring eyes from a 13-member staff, there are 100, yes, 100 security cameras strategically placed throughout the campus, not only to monitor who comes and goes, but even more importantly, for the health safety of its residents. I thought it would be interesting to have a peek inside the normally unseen Security Operations Center. And wow, was I impressed. It even includes facial recognition software. Come along as Security Manager Steve Boone takes us on a tour. All right, today I'm with Steve Boone. He's the Security Manager here at Cypress Cove. And Steve, I popped my head in the door here to see if I could do a video of you. It was the first time I was ever in this room, and it's like, holy cow. I mean, look at that.
It's a pretty good operation. It's all for the security of the residents here. So,
well, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you is because I'm impressed with our security.
well, thank you very much.
Yeah, now what's your background? How long have you been here?
I went from EMT paramedic to 8 years of that to law enforcement, and I completed 23 years, retired at 23 years, and I have been here since 2017.
You mean like a policeman? You were
Policeman, yeah, sheriff deputy.
Where at?
In Kentucky, state of Kentucky.
All right.
So I came here in September of 2017, a week after Irma. So I was fortunate enough to miss one, but not as fortunate with this last one. So I was here the entire time.
Yeah. So I'm surprised at how sophisticated you are here. Can you tell me a little bit about what it looked like when you came, if you've made any changes, and what's your mission now, I guess I could say?
Sure, and actually, yes, we've had a complete remodel of the security department. All the old wooden desks, furniture, the different setups that we had all been taken out. We've gotten all new furniture. We made room for the continuing amount of packages, the increasing amount of packages that we get on a daily basis, which we handle around 2,000 per month. We receive all the packages that come in through the different carriers, the three FedExes, UPS, USPS.
Is that kind of a convenience for the residents, or is it a security measure to check the packages when they come in? Why do you do it that way?
Actually, it became, it's turned into convenience for the residents, and along with the safety measure. We already had it in place. When I came here in 2017, we would contact the resident, let them know that we have received a package for them. And then the resident would come down and pick it up. Unfortunately, we ran out of room in the office because the resident will say, I'll be more than happy to pick it up when I go to dinner. 2 days later, we're reminding them they have a package, but meanwhile, in those 2 days, we received more packages.
Yeah.
And so it just got to where we couldn't move around the security office due to all the packages. So I told the officers that we will start delivering them.
We're a life plan community, so a lot of us here are seniors, super seniors. So when you look at security as the security chief, are you looking at it from protecting us from harm coming in from outside, or protecting us for our health when maybe somebody else can't see us?
Everything involved. It would from the outsiders coming in, along with, again, with the COVID, restricting individuals from coming in. So for your health concerns also. But mainly, we just want to know everyone that is on property. We have continuous view of everyone that's walking around.
That's what I want to see in a little bit, because it is impressive.
Well, thank you. I am proud of the system that we have, and we continue to increase the ability of what we have.
Tell me about your staff and what's required of them before they even get hired. So I guess we should start with, how much of a staff do you have?
Okay, we have a 12-man department, including myself. We have 2 officers on shift at all times. We work 8-hour shifts, 365 days a year, 2 all holidays, but we are here from 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. Our officers, when I go through the hiring process, they are required to have some knowledge of security. We also train all of our officers in CPR first aid. I'd like to think that I take pride in the gentlemen and women that we have working in Cypress Cove. They're a great bunch. They're well respected by the residents along with their peers. We have a good bunch, and if there's ever an issue, I should hope that the resident feels comfortable enough to come to me. I am very proud, of course, not only of my officers. Meet Daniel Alamani, one of my leaders.
Hi, Daniel.
I'm very proud of the camera system in which we've been talking about, but it's just a small portion of what security has and does. In this office here, you're standing in the control room of the security department for Cypress Cove. We always keep one officer in this location, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The other officer is outside on a cart, or he's making the calls that are necessary that we receive. This officer here, besides monitoring the cameras, we have several different alarms and notifiers that we are having to watch. If you'll swing to your right by the door here, these panels that are lit up and even flashing at this time.
Up here?
Yes, the black panels.
Yeah.
They are alarms for the generators. Let us know when the generators are running. Let us know if there's an issue with the generators, because of course we have seen during the storm, generators are very important for our community. We have another alarm to the left side of it. We have a system in place that's called the Wonder Guard system. If we have a resident that the healthcare agency is concerned about possibly being unsupervised when they leave the confinements of the building, they have an item on them which is a Wonder Guard device. If they walk past certain alarms, certain points in certain buildings, that alarm will notify security that this is happening, taking place. And we immediately contact the nurse and go to that area and kind of intercept the resident. Of course, we have lakes, we have gators, and we have traffic. And so if an individual we feel it's not going to be secure outside unsupervised, well, of course, we want to be sure they're protected.
Yeah.
So we have alarms for generators for Wonder Guard system. We actually have alarms over here for silent alarms on desks, certain desks around here. So if they have
the colored lights there?
They are the colored lights. So if we have concierge that are having an issue, and we do not detect it on the camera that we are viewing that concierge desk, then they can hit a little button under the desk and it alerts us that there are issues.
Nice to know.
We have alarms that go off on every fire entrance or exit that's being used in every one of the buildings. That buzzing that you're hearing right now, normally when that goes off, the hair stands up on the back of our necks. That's a fire alarm.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We have Dynafire Company doing tests all day today.
I saw a memo on that.
Yes, so we are safe.
And the big screens up on the wall, they're constant on a camera, right?
Correct. And some of these are actually the same camera, but we are able to get different views.
How long, like they're recording, so how long is the recording before it starts taping over itself?
We can go back as far as 30 days. We can pick up every floor within the IL departments. We actually have on my desk a program. I can bring up these cameras and it automatically brings me up a screenshot of individuals. I can view all, or I can look for individuals. If I type a name in and identify that picture, then I'll ask to show me all views of that individual, and it will pick up anywhere that individual has passed a camera within our property.
That's pretty sophisticated.
It's very good
software.
It's very good for our investigative purposes. Okay, on this section of our office, you'll notice a lot of empty shelves. It's not usually this empty. We have our category of shelves in first floor, second, third, and fourth. That helps us to, once we log the packages in that we receive on a daily basis, we'll place them in the order in which they belong. Makes it easier for us to go ahead and pull them and make deliveries. We do maintain a log for every package that comes in. The carrier that delivered it, the officer that received it, who it goes to, the officer that delivered it, and the date that it was delivered. So 2 weeks from now you say, I didn't receive a package, we can go into that log and look it up and see what happened. I have gone back on my cameras and realized that a package was placed in a different doorway than it belonged, and we're able to get that package and get it back to the owner.
You found one of ours that way.
I wasn't going to mention names. It was, yes, delivered to the wrong.
It was pretty amazing. But you must be thankful for these resident volunteers.
I was going to bring
deliver.
that up. They are amazing. The volunteers, of course, the residents of Cypress Cove. It's amazing how much they give, and the hours that they give in volunteering. We have different residents come in every day from 1 to 3 and assist us with deliveries. And they are a godsend because we are so busy. So within them 2,000 packages a month that we get, I'd say they deliver every bit of 1,500 of them.
And they seem to enjoy it. I watch them going down the hallway.
They do, because every time they come in, I cannot praise them enough. I cannot, thank them enough. And I tell them, just don't overdo it. Just make yourself comfortable. If you're tired, but no, they want to get them steps in.
Yeah.
And they do. They do fantastic. I praise the resident volunteers.
Yeah. All right, Steve, so what's the procedure each morning? We're each supposed to push our security buttons in our units. So what happens at 10 o'clock?
Correct. At 10 o'clock, there's a report generated through the computer. We print it out, and it lets us know who did not check in. Then we take a form which is sent to us via email from the concierge desk. It's the away list. That's what's so important for a resident to fill out the away sheet when they're leaving. We'll get this report, and we will eliminate those from the no check-in report. It'll still leave us with half of the individuals that we'll have to reach out and call.
So when it's all said and done, how long does that take, and about how many will you have typically left to actually check on personally?
I'd say we make on the average 10 to 15 phone calls every morning, and making sure the individual is okay. And if we do not get a response, then we will send an officer to do a physical check of the residents.
Now this is the way it's been for quite some time, probably since day one, because we've got these buttons that we push in the bathrooms, strings to pull if you have an emergency, and you've got to push the button to say, hey, I'm okay this morning. Now eventually that'll disappear, won't it?
We're hoping so. With the smart home system, the K4 smart home system that we have in process. So that would give us indication of movement in the residence as far as a light switch, or if they use Alexa to turn on a TV, right, or anything of the sort. It notifies us that they have checked in.
Well, we've all seen these flashing lights before. This is a security cart, security vehicle. What do you call it, Steve?
It is the security cart.
Okay.
We do have 2 of them at our disposal.
Well, I'll tell you, those lights look much brighter at nighttime.
I can imagine. You'll see them going around campus. I've gotten compliments on knowing that the officers are out there.
Yeah, and I would think that'd be a deterrent to people that shouldn't be here when they see that coming anyway.
Correct, and that's why the officer that's positioned outside of the office, he is out there at the front entrance coming in.
Yeah.
To where, like you said, to deter anyone that might want to come in, because that's the only way in and the only way out unless they're going to swim across these lakes.
Steve, I've really enjoyed our time together.
As I did. I want to thank you very much.
Any parting words?
Just stay safe out there. Our security number is 415-5102. If you ever need security, and we do provide stickers with our numbers on it in our office. So if you'd like to pick one up, put it on the fridge or your phone, come on by. We'd be more than happy to give you one.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.